the Le Mans 24 hours.
A lot of gravel getting sprayed up.
Michael,
Michael Fassbender looks like he's getting ready to take over in the number 93 car.
Michael, you know, basically drove like an incident-free first stint.
Michael is ready?
Yeah.
Michael, radio check. Check. Dude, don't know what to say.
Somebody hit him.
Yeah. Michael was trying to give as much room as he could.
And I went over the curve and drove into you. Michael, was not your fault.
The annoying thing is he's going to take this so personally, right? It's not his fault.
Was not your fault. No, Michael, was not your fault.
We had to repair a lot on the car, but in saying that, we knew we could get it back out there and continue in the race.
Nobody was quitting. Nobody actually thought about, you know, stopping the race. Everybody was still focused. Everybody was still concentrating and pushing for the max.
If I walked away and said, hey guys, I can't get back in the car, I mean, that's like, I don't think you can come back from something like that.
When we stop to full fuel, then Michael goes into the car. This is last stint. Last lap, Michael. Last lap. We're not finished yet.
I know,
but if we finish, you're a Le Mans finisher.
I know, fuck, I know.
No, it's okay. If it's your fault, I would kick your ass. That was not your fault.
Sorry, dude.
When Michael finished his last stint, he was super disappointed. He felt the race for us was a disaster because we never really showed what we were capable of. But I still wanted to bring the car home and finish the race because I think that's an achievement by itself. It was still very, very exciting and it was still pressure there. And at the same time, we were still following the race because Richie was in a very good position to actually fight for the top steps.
GT Pro seems to have a 2 Corvettes, 2 Porsches, 2 Ferraris look to it, but the 63 Corvette Jordan Taylor continuing to light up with faster and faster laps.
Very much a Corvette race so far with the 3 different manufacturers.
The American car, the Corvette, was fast. For me, they had the winning speed. How to use the tires, you know, double stint, very strong. It was clear that the victory will go, you know, only around this car. And the Italians, they struggled a bit, but they found speed at night. And so I would say that it looked like we could be on the podium, but a win was definitely difficult for us.
63 in the pit lane. They were the 2nd fastest car in qualifying. Big problems now right at the tail end of the field.
We get the confirmations that number 63 Corvette is being retired due to significant mechanical damage at the rear of the car. This is the battle for the lead. The 64 car, which does look about to retake the lead. The sister car is being retired. Every effort was made to get the car back into the race. In most cases, we'd use a car many laps down to gather data to help the remaining Corvettes, which at this stage... In the wall! In the wall! The 64 car in the wall after contact with the 83 car in traffic.
Wow. On the speaker, I heard something happened, and I heard Corvette, and I heard crash.
And contacted side to side as the 64 car looked like it was contesting the lead and into the wall for Alexander Sims.
And I was like, okay, well, you know, there is only this Corvette left because the other one had a puncture and stuff like this. So something happened, you know. Seeing that there was a quite big crash and basically the leader was out of the race.
And that, I think, is the end of the race. As we were reading the statement, Corvette Racing will not feature in the finishing order other than with DNF against both cars.
At the end, when there was the incident with the Corvette, when this happened, I was like, it looks like we can be lucky here, you know. It looks like that Le Mans could choose us to win this race.
And that gap between the Ferrari and the Porsche at the head of GTE Pro is now nothing. It was 11 seconds before the safety car, and they are in the same queue.
Safety car in this lap. Safety car in this lap.
Whoever was winning or losing in that safety car, it doesn't matter really, because the main fight that we've got in this race at the moment is what we're watching on screen right now. That red Ferrari, the Porsche behind, car number 91. Needs to give it a bit of time. You're going to go for the move down the inside. That's a risky one, but he just gets away with it. And these are the kind of risks you have to start taking. Is this going to give a chance? No, he can't. He's blocked in. No, he's going to follow the LMP2. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. He's going for it, but no, he gets blocked by Pierre Guidi just at the last minute. With a bit of weaving, trying to break that toe. Here we come again. Where's Fred going to place the car? Go to the inside. No, he's gone to the outside because Pierre Guidi was expecting it. Look at the gap there, and now look at the gap there. He should back out of that and give back that space that he's gained there. They can't do that.
Is their in-lap.
Boxes lap, Fred, boxes lap. Driver change, tires and fuel.
Both cars dive into the pits. Look at that, on the brakes, onto the pit lane speed limit, and the gap comes right down. 51 gets going.
No tyres. 91 is down and done, but it has got rubber. So fresh rubber for the Porsche and track advantage for the Ferrari.
Interesting, so the split of strategy there.
Porsche back in the lead of GTE Pro. The 51 car with a puncture stopped on pit road.
To perform, you need to be nervous. You need to have the pressure. You need to be willing to risk everything to be fast. And this time it was like, okay, it's the last Le Mans. It's quite high chance that I will not come back. And knowing that we have a chance. This was the moment when it was like, okay, now, you know, strategy has to be spot on. You know, we have to be aware of safety cars. We have to be aware of everything, even more than before.
Driver change at 91 Porsche. Competition with Matt Campbell at the wheel of the number 93 Porsche, and this is ticking all the boxes, isn't it, for Michael Fassbender? A 3-year voyage to get to Le Mans, and boy, he's had a baptism of fire, you know, crashed the car in practice and just felt in the depths of despair. But at that stage, I'm sure he wondered if he'd ever actually get to start this race this year, and in the end, not only did they start, but right now, they're looking at a finish as well. Here's our overall leader in GTE Pro. Porsche back to the top of the pile with Fred Makovici at the wheel. 9 minutes to go.
Normally I prefer to be, you know, somewhere in the background and not hide, but, you know, be with myself and seeing them celebrating. And I'm not maybe the guy who celebrates too much in front of people, more inside. But this time it was like, okay, it's the last Le Mans. It's quite high chance that I will not come back, and all my family was there. So I went to the front to my family and my mechanics, my friends, my people, and we watched the last race together.
Leading the field in the Pro class, the 91 Porsche GT ahead of 2 Ferraris. The last lap of Le Mans 2022, so we are over the 24-hour mark, but you must make it to the flag or you are not a finisher.
The last lap at Le Mans was pretty special because we knew Richie was going to win the Pro category, and then we had Matt bringing our car across the line, and both the 91 and the 93 crossed the line together, so that was a nice snapshot memory of the whole event.
5 finally they can breathe again.
It's a second GT Pro win for Richard Leeds, 4 class wins for him too, and a first win for Fred Macko.
As much as we wanted to be up front and fighting for the victory, you know, we knew and we were quite open-minded that this wasn't going to be the case, and lucky enough we were still able to get to the end and be classified as a Le Mans finisher. And you know, I think for most people this isn't necessarily a big thing, but definitely for our group, you know, it was a massive achievement to overcome so much diversity in the lead-up.
Glückwunsch! Geiles Projekt, hat Spaß gemacht.
If you work on something for such a long time, and you know, you're always picturing and you're always imagining what it's going to be like, and then all of a sudden, within 1 second to the other, everything is just over. For me personally, it was very, very emotional, because with the checkered flag, that also meant that the road to Le Mans is over.
It was so intense, man.
It was. I started crying outdoors, man.
I was crying last night when I got back to
I needed a moment for myself, because it was just too much.
You should have seen here last night, man.
We miss you, brother. Alter, schade, dass du nicht da bist.
I am proud, you know, at this point now that we finished. You know, we finished the race, especially with all the things that were thrown at us that weekend, and so I'm really grateful for that experience to have known what that is.
Oh, dude! I mean,
listen. Obviously, we had our struggles in the '93 car, but to be there and see him win his 4th Le Mans, it really was a nice end to the weekend to see his success.
The final winners in the history of GTE Pro, it is the '91 Porsche GT Team crew. Jean-Marie Bruni, Richard Leeds, and Fred Macko.
A podium in Le Mans is something special, and then when you have the chance to win it, knowing also it could be the last year, I think it was the moment everybody of us enjoyed.
Herzlichen Glückwunsch.
Dankeschön.
Du weißt dann, wie ich mich für dich gefreut habe. Wirklich. Alter. Lieb, Mann. Schön. Hast du genossen?
Ja, ich genieße noch immer jetzt.
So schön.
The celebration and the feeling they gave me that they are really, really happy for myself was special, and it was a good moment.
Unexpected. Dude, huh? Unexpected.
You know, 4-time Le Mans winner it's a rare club to be part of, but he never flashes that status around at all. But you could see how much it meant to him. You could see how happy he was. I mean, it's the perfect ending of a story, being part of the RSR program from the beginning. The last time they were there together as a pro team in Le Mans and they win, I mean, it's perfect.
So happy for you, man. Fucking brilliant. So great.
That brings us to a conclusion here at Le Mans from the world's greatest endurance motor race. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll see you next year.
How you feel about Le Mans?
Pretty bad. The word that what I keep coming back to is like I was a monster fucking took over, you know, like all the bad, like negative, dark fucking thoughts and just like all the ego stuff just basically strangled me, you know.
Le Mans is big and everybody is making it even bigger than it is. And then you arrive there and everybody around you is doing this big thing of Le Mans. At the end it's a racetrack. At the end it's a race. And if you let this, you know, come to yourself, it's too much for the head.
It looked really like a tough race for Michael. I think all the week has been really stressful for him, and mentally for sure he was exhausted. I think he was a very happy man when it was over. But for sure it was a lot of lessons learned.
Everything just started to compound, you know, and it was like that in my head. It was like, oh my God, you know, making an idiot of myself. So, you know, what I really felt was like kind of like real humiliation, you know, after the night session. I felt like I couldn't look anyone in the eye. It was awful. But everything just started to compound and take over my brain.
This long preparation is good, that we make this movie, that we, you know, we learned counter steering, we had fun. But when it's here, you have a lot of pressure, you know. If you would have done it in the first year, not knowing what everything can happen or how much effort it is, everything would be easier. You know, and probably the same result. You know, at the end, because I had the feeling, seeing it from outside, like, fuck, there were mistakes. You don't do it, you know, normally again. You know, like, you can do counter steering, you can brake. All you did, it like, fuck, he knew it already, you know.
The road to Le Mans is something that I'll always remember and cherish, and it's the whole experience and all the people involved is very close to my heart. If this is the end of that journey, then, you know, I feel very grateful to have been on it.
If you look at the project, we always plan to compete in Le Mans. That's why we called it the Road to Le Mans. And to be fair, I think we've done that.
Welcome everyone to the Le Mans 24 hours.
We did compete in Le Mans, so actually the Road to Le Mans is over if you look at what we planned out 4 years ago.
Probably I will forget some races. But definitely the moments we had together and the fun we had, I will always remember.
When you look back, sometimes the most tiring and most exhausting things become the most special ones because you know what you've done to actually reach your goal, and then it's a mixture out of excitement but also being proud of what you've achieved. We've bonded so much, we've become a family and found friends.
Working so intensely with a group of people over a period of time and developing a lot of special relationships.
We've all become very, very close, and I think that will stay forever.
Having then experienced it, to walk away and say that I did have an opportunity to be in a situation that's very unique like that in terms of high stress, pressure, concentration, focus, in one of the biggest races in the world. I learned a lot from being in that pressure cooker and you know, knowing my limits and knowing my personality better and where there was a cracking point. It's been an incredible journey, and it's been one that I'll always remember and cherish. But it can't be the end of the journey for me, for sure, or for any of us, I feel.